to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. So today let's talk about why you need to stop leading with your body. If you're looking for something serious, if you even just want somebody to truly like you for who you are, then stop putting sex at the forefront. You constantly, today's society, I don't blame you because I understand, with today's society pushing sex for everything. Everything has to be sexualized. You have to be sexy. Something has to be about sex. I get it. But you have to have enough willpower to pull it back if you want something different. Because if you pay attention to what's happening in the world, it's a lot of divorces happening, a lot of breakups happening, a lot of cheating, just a whole lot of pedophiles and, the R words going on and sexual assault, all that kind of stuff going on. That's because the world is solely focused on sex. We think of intimacy as sex. We think of being in a relationship as sex. We think of being happy as having sex. We think of stress relievers as sex. We think a person likes us and really wants to get to know us and is really into us because of sex. But honestly, that is the least important thing, because that can happen anywhere, as you can see. That's why people are infidelious. That's why people take it. That's why people, go by movies and all that stuff and they pleasure themselves. It does not matter. That's not the most important thing. Think about it this way. We wear clothes to cover up our private parts, right? Well, why would we be showing up trying to date people or on social media trying to get attention from the opposite sex or whomever we're trying to attract, showing off our private parts? I mean, even though, yes, you're still covered up. Let's say if you're going on a date, I'm sure you're covered up. But the words that's coming out your mouth is speaking about your body. It's speaking about what you can do in the bedroom. It's speaking about your experience in the bedroom. Why are we talking about that? As soon as you do that, you're telling that person, like, hey, this is what I am interested in doing. This is what I can't wait for you and I to experience together. Choose me because mine is good. Choose me because I do it all the time. I'm very experienced. Whatever you're trying to portray, but it's not letting that person know about you. But yet you're complaining and, oh, there's no good men left and there's no good women and, this is all they want from me. No, that's what you're presenting. Because I would not dare walk up to somebody who is a high class person and who is not looking for that and just throw myself at them. But if I knew that a person was interested in that and I was interested in the same thing, yeah, I would entertain that. I would throw myself at them because I know that they would catch it. And sure enough, don't get me wrong, you can be a high class person or you can be standing in your values and in your morals and whatever, but there's still going to be people who try you. I get that. It's inevitable. But if you're noticing constantly, almost every person that you're talking to, that you're dating, that you're trying to get to know, that they're more interested in what's going on in your pants versus what's going on in your mind, it's some type of energy you're putting up. You need to check you. Because they shouldn't even be feeling bold enough to even come to you like that, because they would have a different respect for you because they'll know, oh, that person's not going to be willing to do this. So I'm not going to entertain and break my heart or waste my time if I don't feel like they're going to do that for me. And even if they thought that, even if they felt like you wasn't the kind of person that tried you, they shouldn't be able to stick around longer than a day, if that, in your life. Once they come off with that stuff that you ain't trying to do and you ain't trying to hear about, you should have been already pushing them out the door. But if they're around 2, 3, 4 months, a year, and you're like, oh, I've been trying for all this time to try to get them to get to know me and enjoy me as a person, but all they want is my body, why did you keep them around for that long, knowing that that's what they wanted? Because they're tunnel vision. They're not focused on you as a person. They don't care about that. They already let you know in the beginning, and you thought you can change them, or you thought that you can make them want to see you in a different light, or you thought that they would grow into liking you more deeper and then trying to get into your bed, and you play yourself. Like I said, like, honestly, at this point, when you're trying to date, it's okay, you know, to try to dress a little sexy if that's what you feel like you need to do. But don't lead with that. Don't be doing too much. Don't be showing off too much. You know, it's okay to give a little bit of imagination to the eye, you know, but you don't need to be showing everything. Where there's no imagination, they see everything, and that's all they're going to focus on. You're trying to tell them about how wonderful a person you are and what you're looking for, and all they're thinking is, dang, I want to touch your body. Or I wonder what it'd be like to be in bed with him because, you know, he wearing these sweatpants, and that's all I can focus on right now. We have to admit when we're making problems in our own lives and setting up detours in our own lives, you know, preventing us from getting the things that we want from people and from meeting the people that are more aligned with our lives and people who will be better suitors for us. We have to admit that, yeah, we may be doing too much. And I know that you may not agree with me, but yeah, sometimes we do. Sometimes we're the reason, or we entertain conversations that we know we're not comfortable with, but we're entertaining because we don't want to lose that person. We really like this person, so we're going to sit around and talk about sex knowing that I want to get to know if you want to be with me. But maybe if I talk about sex with you, then maybe, just maybe, that'll keep you tired. Let me tell you something. Sex is not going to keep anybody, male or female. It's not going to keep them because it's superficial and we can get it anywhere. And eventually, usually when people are tied to you sexually on that level, it's because they like your body right now. But if you get pregnant, if you're a woman, you get pregnant, your body changes, or you age, things change, or your sexual organs start to fail, all that stuff, they're not going to be as interested in you. If we start looking at sex as a plus to a relationship or a marriage, should be marriage, but I'm not judging anybody because I've passed that stuff out of marriage too. But if we look at it as a plus and not something that's sustainable, something that's the foundation of that relationship, of that situationship, we will be in a way better position. Because then we'll start learning that, okay, we're trying to get this person to figure out who we are. When people start to like me, guess what? The sex drive it grows even greater when that person gets to know your mind, gets to have a mental and emotional connection with you versus just everything from the beginning is let's go jump in the bed as fast as we can together. But that's just my take on it, because I'm finding a lot even with people, like if I'm trying, not even dating, it could be people that I just got their number, we're talking, they're already talking about sex, or they're trying to be like, make sexual, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just resting right now. Can I come and lay down with you? And, things like that is not attractive. But for me, I don't waste nobody's time, and I don't let them waste theirs. So on to the next. I'm going to either ghost you or let you know, hey, this isn't it. I'm not interested because you're already talking like that. I know that you try to talk to me just basically off of what you thought you can get from me. And the problem is, it's not even their fault. A lot of women are doing that. A lot of women are being quick. They'll meet you, they'll do hit them in the DM, and by that same night or the next day, they're in the bed with them. So I get why they're behaving this way, because they don't know. They don't know if I'm that kind of woman or not. But I just feel like respect is respect. I would never, disrespect a man. I'm not asking him, is he going to pay my bills? I'm not asking him for money. I'm not doing any of that. Even though there are some men out there that would do that. But it's just respect. If I know that I like you and I'm trying to get to know you, I'm going to lead with getting to know your mind. Letting you know that I'm not here for your money. So I just feel like, even though it's so hard because everybody loves sex, I just feel like, just that respect. I understand you going to be attracted in that way to me or whatever. But you don't have to verbalize it and try to push it. That's disrespectful to me. But that's off topic. As the person who is single or unmarried right now, just be cautious of what you're putting out, because the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, the way that you're talking, the conversations that you're deciding to talk about and to carry on with the people that you're just meeting or that you're not ready to go that far with, you have to be careful. That you have to be really, really precise in really strategic in the conversations that you're having, really strategic in the way that you're dressing, in the way that you're touching that other person. You know, if you're hugging them, it's okay if you don't want to give like a church hug. It's okay to give a little bit more of a close-knit hug, but with boundaries. You know, don't be letting them touch and size you up and rub you down and all that stuff. And you don't be going touching either. You know, just people will follow your lead. Most of the time, men will follow a woman's lead, especially if he truly likes her and he's interested in getting to know her. So you don't have to be over-sexualized. You don't have to try to dress the most sexy to try to get his attention, because obviously if he liked you and he gave you his number or he asked you your number, then he liked you for a reason. I mean, yeah, obviously he liked what he's seen, but you never know. He may have seen something else in you that he liked too, but if you're showing up to a date half dressed or, you know, showing too much cleavage and all that stuff, you know, you may have just lost your guy just like that. Even though you may be like, well, when I was at the mall, he got my number. I had on booty shorts. It's not fair, but honestly, if a man is looking for something more than that, you have to be careful of the way that you present yourself. And the same for men. If a woman is telling you that she's interested in something more and she's not, you know, giving off the energy that she's trying to sleep with you, stop trying to push it. You know, that's disgusting, and it makes people feel like you're just trying to use them, even if it's not true, but that's what we feel like. But anyway, y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. Tell me if you agree or tell me if you disagree, but just be polite across the board, because we are here to uplift one another, give each other different perspectives and ways to look at things, and let each other know that we are not alone. This is real life. This happens all the time, and it doesn't make you a bad person if you make these mistakes or if you're doing this right now. It just doesn't, but it just gives you a different way to look at things in case you do want something more, like maybe some things that you can change up for yourself. But you just let me know. No judging and no talking down on nobody. That's not what we do on this channel. But we'll keep the conversation going, and we will talk next time. Bye.